How could we call y'all mothers, man?
Generally speaking.
There's an elect women out there of the 1/3 that deserve to get salvation, man. So you're doing something right, you know. But the rest of you, even if it was just choosing the man of the Lord, you did something right. The Most High is gonna have mercy on you because you did something right. But the rest of you, you guys deserve swift death, man. Swift death. You're destroying the image of our people, and you're destroying the generations that you bring forth out of your womb, man. The Most High has to cut you off, and them bastard ass children, because it's only going to be lead to bad. To what it say? To take evil from amongst the people, Israel.
We wouldn't be ambassadors of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua if we didn't have balance, man.
Right.
You know, it's a certain small amount of you women out there, you know, that's doing the right thing, man. And you're gonna be saved for it, man.
Yeah, and there's no praise.
And that's how the scriptures tell you. That's how you're gonna be saved anyway.
Yeah.
Through childbearing, man. Bringing forth the seed of the elect, and by default, you taking on conceiving the seed of a man of the Lord. He gonna make sure you be a good mother to his seed, man.
Yeah.
He gonna make sure of that, man. Otherwise, you just a baby mama. You're just gonna be destroyed. All right, hey, none of you baby mamas of the men of the Lord is gonna be saved.
Right.
Let's make that clear.
Yeah.
Just because you had a seed by a brother that's out there going strong, that still don't mean you a woman of the Lord, man. It says you got to continue.
Yeah, because there's a big if.
It's
right
if you
there.
continue, man. You could just, you one of those women that woke up to knowing that you're an Israelite, but then you like, all right, so let me go to a camp and let me find one of the heads, let me find one of the top guys to marry, and then I'm gonna have his seed, and then I'm gonna pretend to act like I'm this sister, but then after you have the child, now I'm gonna use that, and now I'm gonna be Satan now.
Yep.
You just turn into a full-fledged demon. Yep.
Hey, I want to know why? Because you thought your value was more than it really was. You women think you have value in laying on your back. All women can do that, man. There's nothing special about you. Your box ain't no better than the next woman's box. I'm sorry to tell you. It do the same thing. They bring forth children or they don't. That's all it do. It make a man feel good, pleasure a man, or it don't. That's all it do. Nothing special about it. But if you have a mentality to go with it, the spirit to go with it, it works. If I can get a quick script, bro.
This 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 13. And Adam was first formed, then Eve.
So the man is supposed to be above the woman because he was the first one given instruction of what to do for the Heavenly Father, and then the woman purpose was brought forth in the earth. Okay? Go ahead.
And Adam was not deceived, but the woman, being deceived, was in the transgression.
So why did the serpent just go to Adam and deceive him directly? Because he knew that the woman was the weaker vessel and he can get in that way. Right? And she fell for it. She could have stuck. Adam gave her specific instruction what to and what not to do. She broke that. Okay? So she was the weaker vessel when she got weak and the wickedness got into her. Okay? Go ahead.
Notwithstanding, she shall...
So at the end of the day, it's her fault. All of this shit's transpired.
So now, because of that, she got to come up under a man.
Yep.
Now he got to rule over her. He got to make decisions for her.
Yep.
Because she couldn't do it on her own.
That's the Genesis. You're right.
Going back to Genesis, man. So our women, the only way they're going to be saved is if they come up under a man of the Lord.
And they're well instructed. And
you got to please him in all things. You got to take instruction from him. Yep. You got to submit to him. Do what he say. You got to do all that. Hey, those are requirements, not just because you get to just lay up and kick your legs back for him. Fuck no, man.
Exactly.
No, you
That's
women,
any bitch could do that.
Yeah, you women that was with the man of the Lord in that day, man, when all hell breaks loose, you're going to have to go through a basic training, man.
Yeah.
You're going to have to prove yourself to us.
Yeah.
You know?
Go ahead,
Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness.
Continue in the faith. A lot of our women, they come into this thing and then they lose faith.
They impatient.
Like them women that's leaving the IUIC, they're prime examples of that.
Yep.
They them self-proclaimed sisters self-righteous.
The daughters of Sarah.
The daughters of Sarah.
Yeah.
And then, but after a while, she just become a damn demon.
Yep.
Some of them, they probably just leave Israel and just become a Christian. Or whatever they was when they was in the world. You know? Don't think for a second that you're gonna make it. The Lord gonna treat you, put you in the bunch with the rest of these Babylonian whores, man. All right? And then you baby mamas, you just forget it, man. The Lord's gonna utterly destroy you.
Yep.
All right? You done put brothers through hell, man. Okay? Put brothers all on type of child support payments. You know? You done committed adultery against them or whatever the case may have been. All right? You're gonna be destroyed, man. So really this right here don't apply to baby mamas. This scripture that the brother's reading, that do not apply to baby mamas, man.
Yep.
No, this ain't talking about BMs.
I was just gonna say, because the reason that you fall out of this category, or that you're a BM and you're not with that man, because you didn't continue. You're not doing these things that this scripture's listing right here. You're not doing the things that obtain the salvation. You're not giving him peace all his life while he's upon the earth, fattening his bones. You're not doing that. Go ahead, bro.
If they continue in the faith and charity and holiness with sobriety.
Hey, you ask these women right now, hey, I'm hungry, you make me something, they gonna be like, oh yeah, I got you, or have it ready already. Mm-hmm. Like that's what it should. You know I'm gonna have to eat. like a man should never have to ask for a meal.
She got to ask you hungry, baby? You want to make you a sandwich or something?
That's what I'm saying. You know I'm hungry. If I knew that you was cooking every day, should you have to ask me if I'm hungry, or should I have to tell you I'm hungry? You should already know I need to eat at least 3 times a day.
Man.
But you women get mad because I don't feel like cooking a day. But then you don't want to let another woman come in there and cook for that man. No.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that. See,
yeah, that is.
I said it that way. You see,
let your woman, if she's being lazy, you know what I'm saying, like you get home and you hungry, so you expecting for the food to at least be cooking or ready, but she spent most of the day on Facebook or Instagram or watching reality TV, and then at the last minute she hop up like, oh you was hungry? Oh my bad, let me go in and hook up something real quick.
Yeah.
Want me to fix you something?
Now when you bring another woman to the table,
right.
and she
knocks
putting
food out.
all that shit on the back burner, like social media, all that bullshit. No, I need to get up and make sure this dinner is basically on the table when he gets back. I guarantee you women will change your damn tune, man. You become jealous real quick that you see that woman. She's knocking it out, man.
Yeah.
They're gonna be competing for you, man.
And that's supposed to be a healthy competition anyway.
Yep.
But for the betterment of the man, the women get to a point where you don't. So you just get to get all the benefits. Yes, dummy. It's supposed to be that way, because when I get benefits, the Most High, I can work for the Most High to get benefits, and I can pass them benefits right back down. But do benevolence. You get what you earn. If you're gonna be lazy all day, you ain't gonna get all my time.
The blessing rests through the Father.
That's right. That's
Matter
how
of
you
fact,
get
Sirach
past
the third chapter. Sirach the third chapter, man. If the Father is blessed, the whole family's blessed.
Right.
You know? You don't think, with all the riches that Abraham had, you don't think Sarah was well off? You don't think even his concubine was well off? Everybody under his roof was well off. Okay? Abraham, his seed was blessed. Even his concubine, she even was blessed with a seed, man. And he ain't even a child for the promise. Even he got a blessing, man. Sirach 3, that whole chapter really, or like the first half of the chapter, we could go into that, man.
We should start at the top of that.
Sirach chapter 3, verse 1. Hear, Ecclesiasticus 3 and 1. Hear me, your father, O children, and do thereafter that ye may be saved. For the Lord has given the father honor of the children and confirmed the authority of the mother of the sons. Whoso honors his father maketh an atonement for his sins.
Yeah, because if you curse your father, you bring death upon yourself. You curse your parents, that's in the law. You honor them so that your days could be prolonged. All right? So you don't, even though you might have a parent that's not in the faith, but they're still your parents. There's still a certain level of respect you're supposed to maintain with them.
Hey,
you don't just all out just cuss them out and tell them you hate them because they ain't in the truth. No, but the Lord will put your ass right to death, man. And we living in a generation right now where really boys, they don't respect their parents. They don't respect their elders. But who's telling them that? Their mothers. She's the first one that tells her son not to honor his father. But she ain't gonna tell him why she's the reason why he's not in his life.
Because she became unreasonable to coexist and be cordial so they can spend time.
She'll never tell you what she did or her involvement or her role in the situation that played out to where he ended up absent from the household.
It's usually because he's cheating on me.
Cheating on me, or he don't have enough money, so I don't want him around. Like, if you rich dads come around, the woman had no problem with you coming around seeing your son, as long as you breaking them checks off, or that child support or whatever. That's cool. But if there's no benefit for her, she'll ruin herself and you to make sure he don't get his children.
Yeah, you listen to them Tupac songs, man, where he's clearly just shitting on his father and worshiping his mom. You know she was putting all that venom in him, man. You know, that nigga literally got some Queen of Heaven anthems, man. Queen of Heaven anthems in hip hop, man. A lot of niggas are bumping him today. All right. You still supposed to have respect, even if your father wasn't in your life, man.
I gotta say it like this.
You ain't gotta kiss his ass. You know, you ain't gotta. You know, I mean, he's out there doing what he do. He didn't you know, take responsibility, but it's still a certain level of respect, man.
And which was above us fathers or the fathers that was in that position, because it's a curse. That was part of the curse. Most High knew that was an integral part to destroy people. But I want to make a quick point of, because your parents, no matter what type, there was crackheads or whatever the issue was, them birthing you began the scenario of you becoming a man of the Lord. However that was, if you were raised by foster parents, whatever the case was, if your dad was an alcoholic and used to beat you, whatever it was, you got instilled with things that were worthy of the Heavenly Father calling you to his word. And hopefully if you're the elect and chosen. So it was something that he put in them to make that scenario come to pass. So that's worthy of honor, if nothing else, or that don't mean you have to disrespect them. You know, that's some level of respect in itself.
And it basically goes back to order, man. It's like the Lord wants his sons to honor him. You know, we supposed, as a nation, we supposed to honor our father. You know, so here in the flesh on earth, our biological fathers, we're supposed to, you know, respect them because it's the order. That's how the Lord set it up, man. And you're supposed to reverence and honor your father, and then you honor your mother. Right now, Jacob's honoring their mother. They ain't got to honor their father right now. He ain't even in their life. You know?
And it's all set up by Esau, man.
Yeah.
When you go to court and it's a custody battle, 90% of the time, the mother's getting custody, even though it's proven by Esau's science and psychology or whatever that the kids are better off raised by the father. They don't become judgment. Yeah, you know? Exactly.
Yeah, that's in the scriptures. Bill of divorcement, man. You kick you see some uncleanness in her. You know, she going off being a demon. You kick her ass out the house, but you get to keep your kids, man.
And it's a spiritual prenuptial agreement, right? You get all that you came with.
As a man, you get to keep your own seed, man.
got to pray real quick.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach.
He was talking about order, and he's about to run down the order. I call it the spiritual totem pole on the earth. Go ahead.
And the head of the woman is the man. And the head of Hamashiach is the Most High Yahweh.
But not in Jake's household.
Go ahead.
Not in Jake's household. Your head ain't even there, man. You know? Hey, cause let's just put it in perspective. Let's just come raw with it. If the mother is the head, you have no way to Yahweh shine in the Most High. That connection ain't gonna be there. That connection ain't gonna be there, man. You know? So, read that again. Because your head is what? Your ruler, your leader, right? But it just told you in Isaiah how our women rule over us. And they who lead us cause us to err.
And destroy the ways of our past. I don't think I read that part.
Come on.
Let's say that.
But I will have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach.
Let me make a quick point, right? Because when you look at the scenario as it plays out, if you have a man that's leading the household, he's getting the guidance from the Most High on what to do for the family and everybody. The moment you take him out the equation, you put the woman up there, that connection to the top ain't there no more. Now, she just guessing that shit, hoping that something stick.
Yeah.
You know, hoping that something lines up on the right path. And then if you throw, what Esau does, he'll throw emotion at her to push her away from the right way. And she falls for it every single time. You get a black woman or a Jake woman in particular, you get them in an emotional state, you can get them to do some, like with reverse psychology, you can get them to do some wicked ass shit. Easy way to do it. Make them emotional and push them away from the truth, or away from the right way. You got them doing the wrong thing. Go ahead, man.
And the head of every woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is the Most High.
And of our Lord is the Most High God.
And even you women know that that's out of nature, man. Even y'all know something ain't right. Because here it is, you fell out with your baby daddy, but you still, when you get older and it start to sink in that you know that your son needed a father, you get desperate and want to take other men to raise your children.
Hoping you win on that.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna win.
You know, I need a stepfather. I need somebody that's gonna come in and step up and raise my son. You know, after you was starting out. You know, I was laughing because they had, I don't know what show it was on. It might have been Maury, or it was some show where this female, she bursted into tears because she found out through her DNA testing.
Oh God, I seen that. Yeah.
I didn't click on it. There, I said,
that her father really wasn't her father. Yeah, man, because our women, man, they're a bunch of hoes now, man.
It was a judge show.
It was a judge show.
Yeah, it was a judge show.
Paternity test show.
But how many of those type of shows then aired throughout the years?
Right.
Of our women just constantly, you know.
I'm 1,000% more sure that you the daddy. She don't even look nothing like him.
It said on the sign right there.
Yeah. You are not the father. Yep, it's right there.
Yeah, they ain't gonna run it.
No, cause you're embarrassed. Bitch, you wasn't embarrassed when you kept gapping your damn legs.
I seen one.
Third man that you done brought on this show.
I seen one recently where this chick thought she was 100% Italian, and it came back that her mama was Spanish, but it was saying like her ancestry came from Africa or something. I'm cutting this camera short. Like she was doing it live, thinking like she about to get some good results. Yeah. But it wasn't the results that she wanted. Her mama was starting around, man.
Yeah.
And then we know about that scientific that scientific information about how the DNA sticks around, man. She taking all that seed from all these different men And then when the child comes out, you think it's him, but it might be this guy, but he looks like this nigga.
Yep. DNA just stuck around. This nigga got full beard. You baby faced and shit. Hey, daddy. You know, your son got a full beard though.
Why you 6'7" but your dad like 5'10"?
Yep. And your mom is.
And your mom is like 5'9", 5'7",
Yeah.
5'6". Come on, man.
That shit happened there.
Come on, bro.
The brother Yakandao would always say, he said, which I remember this saying, especially in the South, mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
Yeah.
And that was something that you stuck into the father of the kids with. You hit him with that like, you don't know what, you ain't sure. You know? And that is messed up. But now that it's gonna matter going forward, it's gonna matter now. Most High gonna make you required for that. He's gonna discover your secret parts.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, do you see the shame in what we're saying about what our women are doing? So why are they to be praised internationally like this?
Yeah.
We're speaking of some shameful shit.
Yeah.
That mothers right now, women of our nation right now, this is what they're doing. Okay? Putting children on other men because she was sleeping around.
Like that law in California with the child support, man. If the baby's not yours, you still financially liable.
Yeah, if you've been in the baby's life.
Yeah, you've been in the baby's life.
A certain period of time.
That's
bullshit. Just because she want to be a hoe and can't support the child, or she was, receiving certain benefits from this man.
That's an unlawful.
Yeah. Damn. But
wickedness, man.
We supposed to.
But see, Esau gives her the license to live that way. That's why this is all screwed up, man. It all goes back to this damn devil, man. Esau, man. He ruined everything.
Because he could have said it right, but he don't.
He don't.
He perpetuated.
A lot of these mothers, they were, at one point in time, they got pregnant and had all these children because Esau gives them liberty to get abroad, man.
Right.
And then you know how women are, they live according to their flesh, their pleasures. So they're gonna go out there and do whatever's pleasurable to them. You know? Like it was this one Jamaican song, a reggae track. I don't know what artist it was, but on the song she said, one man can't satisfy her. Yeah. She need more wood for the fire.
Yeah.
Lady Saul or some shit.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Hey, that's these women.
Yeah.
One man don't do it for a lot of these women, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
that's why they have all those line of kids by all those lines of men.
Yeah.
You see different baby daddies going in and out of that one house.
That's why women love the buffet. They like to test the waters everywhere.
Man. And that's total wickedness, man.
I got something. Sirach chapter 11, verse 4. Boast not of thy clothing and raiment, and exalt not thyself in the day of honor. For the works of the Lord are wonderful, and his works among men are hidden.
Like somebody gets Salaki, but to go with that, somebody get Proverbs 31.
You're gonna have bitches rolling around with proud mom stickers on their shit. You know what I'm saying? happy Mother's Day to me. You know, like, man, seeing that over the years, man, I get agitated by that shit, man. And my mother, cause she understands a little bit about this, so she don't really get into it like that. She used to be into it, but she know not to expect nothing from me. I'll give her a call. Hey, how's going on, Mom? How you doing today? You know, but it's another regular day. You know. She can't act like if she needed my help, you know, if there was an emergency, I wouldn't be there for her. That's how you honor your mother. You know? I'm not finna honor my mom with a bunch of fucking candy and basically give my money over to the white man. I don't need to give money to him to show that I got honor for my own mother, man.
That's right.
Hey. It was funny. I was gonna have this brother read it. You don't even gotta read it no more. But I was gonna have him read it. But what I was gonna have him paint the picture of was how do you honor your parents? By me being an upstanding citizen, you know, or being a man of the Lord for the Yahweh Shema Shai, pushing righteousness out, taking care. That's how you do it.
Because what were the duty of parents? They were supposed to teach their sons and daughters. Matter of fact, get it, Deuteronomy the 6th chapter. This is really what every parent is supposed to be doing. If you're Israelite, Negro, Latino, and Native American, both father and mother, this is what you're supposed to do. And that way, when they grow up, they're going to be sons and daughters of the Most High. They're going to be walking in His ways, man. Yeah. You ain't going to have all this disorder, dysfunction, all right, all this evil in Israel if all Israel was walking after His way. It all start with you teaching your children. That's how you bring them up, man.
It says, what does Scripture say? It says, teach them in thy youth.
Teach them in their youth. Yeah. Come on, man.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 7. Start at 2.
Yeah.
That thou mightest fear the Lord thy power and keep all His statutes and His commandments, which I command thee, thou and thy son and thy son's son, all the days of thy life, and that thy days may be prolonged. Hear therefore, Israel, hear therefore, O Israel, and observe to do it, that it may be well with thee, and that ye may increase mightily, as the Lord power of thy fathers has promised thee in the land that floweth with milk and honey.
The reason I had to read all of this is because when you do this, you get the righteous benefits that the Most High will bless you with. Right. Go ahead, keep reading.
Verse, go jump to 7.
No, keep reading.
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our power is one Lord, and thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might.
Because this is what you're gonna, like I said up there too, this is what you're gonna teach your sons and daughters. Okay, and it's gonna say that when you get down to 7, keep going.
And these
to love him with all your heart, keep going.
And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thy heart, in thine heart. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk to them when thou sittest in thy house, and when thou walkest by thy way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up.
Everything they do.
Every day, every occasion.
Hey, I was just saying, I might have been saying it to you, but my pops, though he worked a lot, I still had him around. So the 10 minutes it would take us to drive to school, he'd drop a little bit of wisdom in. That was every day. 10 minutes before I go to bed or he go to bed, he'd drop a little something on me then. You know, just different times of the day, he was available to drop that wisdom on you. When you take the kid, that father completely away from that child, that wisdom is not coming from nowhere. Even if you're getting tidbits, you're still getting it.
And if you're getting the wisdom from your mama, it's not pure from the Heavenly Father, because the Father is taken out of the other place. So that messes up the whole order.
If she's gonna give you wisdom, it came from your father, her man,
Yeah.
or her father. That's the only way a woman's gonna give you wisdom. Anything else is gonna give you emotion and what she feels.
And lust of the flesh and things of this world.
Yeah. Teach you to be carnal.
Yeah.
That was the point. Was that?
Yeah. What's like in the Jake household, the laws and commandments of the scriptures is not the first thing that you learn.
Yep.
The first thing that you learn is your oppressor's language.
Yep.
All right.
Your oppressor's ways.
You learn his false history.
Yep.
And then he put all these different other ideologies and values. He stole that into you. And then your mom, basically, her job is to reinforce that on you.
She solidifies it.
She solidifies it. You better listen to your teacher. You better, I better not hear that you doing this in the classroom. They come to the now, don't get me wrong, because we're in